In this class again, Unit 8 in continuation. In this we are doing a comparative study of economies of that of China and Pakistan, and in this we've already done we've taken these as our neighbors for reasons that we started our development on a development path together, and we finish with development strategies, as you see, like for example, and we've talked about, now we're going to do the comparative performance, the second one. Okay, and the third was comparison of India and Pakistan, then fourth would be comparison India China, and then fifth, the last, we'll do a critical evaluation. So this is what we will be doing, and today we are going to look at them, look at our neighbors China and Pakistan on the basis of performance. And the performance we are going to view on 5 variables. So that is GDP, we're going to talk about their sectoral distribution of output, then workforce, then we will be doing the demographic performance, and also we will talk about we will talk of all these, say China, India and Pakistan, about the Human Development Index. Just go through this. So this is what we are going to do in this time, for some time. So we're going to do the development experience, a comparative study of their performance. That is, we'll see the rate of growth, then we'll see the sectoral distribution of output, then we'll see the workforce, then we will see what is known as a demographic indicators, and then we will talk about human development. So selected indicators of human development. Basically the time period is of Human Development Index. The source will be from the World Development Report, the Human Development Report 2018. So this is what we are going to do, and we are going to take up the first one. We are going to do on the first, for the first table will tell us about we're going to talk about the GDP in terms of percentage. So let's just take this. Yeah, so what do we see? In this, we're going to talk about the gross domestic product in terms of the percentage share. The growth rate of GDP percentage 1980 to 2017. So we know that the GDP is a very important indicator of development of any nation. Till about 1980, the economies of India, China and Pakistan were growing at a very slow speed. Basically, the GDP growth remained about 4% per annum. It was around early 1980s in China, mid-80s in Pakistan and early 1990s in India that a breakthrough in GDP growth was noticed. So during 1980 to 1990, India and Pakistan recorded GDP growth rate between 5 to 7%. China recorded GDP growth rate of about 10.3% per annum. In all the three nations, the higher growth rate has been attributed to economic reforms. Then also, there has been greater reliance on foreign direct investment, and in this China really performed well. It has been the favorite destination of all foreign investors because of its cheap labor and good technology and their good infrastructure. About 10% of global foreign direct investment finds its way to China. And that is how it has been able to maintain a double-digit growth. And during this period, even developed countries were finding it very difficult to achieve a growth rate of 5%. So in the table we see that during the 1980s, Pakistan was ahead of India in terms of GDP growth rate. Among these nations under study, in 2015-17, there has been a decline in Pakistan and China's growth rate, whereas a moderate increase in growth rate was observed in India. India has the second largest GDP. China has the second largest GDP in terms of PPP, purchasing power parity of $19.8 trillion, whereas India's GDP is around 8.07 trillion, and Pakistan's GDP is, in terms of dollars, if you take, it's 0.94 trillion. Anyways, we'll just talk about the percentage, just learn about that. So in a way, when you see this, it confirms that China is ahead of India and India is ahead of Pakistan as far as the size and the growth rate of GDP is concerned. So that's it.